My friend considers Fallout 3 to be the best game in the franchise. He knows almost everything you need to know when it comes to the game. I do not. You see, I've only ever watched Fallout 3, specifically Mitten Squad, which is where we got this idea. So today, we see if I can beat Fallout 3 before my friend does. We start our journey on question 7 of the GOAT exam because I forgot to unhide my Elgato in OBS. I don't believe it's possible to fail this test, but I'm sure I could find a way. I finished the GOAT, became impatient, took lockpick, small guns, and speech as my skills because I don't know what I'm doing. While Amato woke me up from my beauty sleep, Gideon was already talking to Sheriff and Megaton. I took my time getting lost in the vault, told Butch to be told Butch to be a big boy and help his mom himself. I was going to let Chief Hannon be, but he was getting annoying. Tried hacking the terminal, keyword being tried. Found the Overseer's password and opened the Overseer's tunnel. Got stuck on the stairs and in third person. Figured out how to get back into first person and exited the vault. Got to level 2 and put points into small guns, lockpick, speech, and took Swift Learner because I'm a slow reader and don't have time for all this shit. Got to Megaton, killed some mole rats and remembered that durability is a thing in this game. Walked the perimeter totally on purpose and finally discovered Megaton while Gideon was already in Farragut West Station. Started to talk to Sheriff Sims, and this is where my mood took a harder fall than Fallout 76. I was already behind and didn't know you had to go to the bottom of the dialogue option to exit the conversation. Went to go talk to Colin, got confused by the quest marker and broke into his bar, talked to someone I didn't have to, talked to Colin. I didn't read or listen to anything that was said, left Megaton and headed for the subway. Ignored it because I know how to get to Galaxy News Radio without going through that hellhole. Killed a raider and her friends, third-partied a robot that just killed a super mutant, found my first centaur, killed my first centaur, found my first captive, saved my first captive, wanted to instantly kill my first captive and continued my journey to GNR. Got to another entrance for the subway, which should have been my first clue that I messed up. Tried to scale a wall that Todd said I wasn't allowed to. Started to regret my decision of not looking up a video, said fuck it and followed the path the game gave me, and started clearing out the subway. Got lost and ended up back at the raider camp. Went back to where I started, looked up a video and finally got through the subway. Got to level 3 and put my points into small guns, lockpick, sneak, melee weapons, and unlocked Lady Killer. Found the Brotherhood of Steel and stole a gun off of one of their fallen comrades. Double tapped a super mutant because this guy's aim is off. Tried getting inside and was essentially told to go fuck myself. Forgot that if something pops up on screen to read it. Fought a behemoth with a hunting rifle. Killed the behemoth? I think? I don't know, I didn't check. Was told there was a fat man on a dead brother. Was told I could unfuck myself and come in. Spoke with Three Dog and ignored everything he said and made my way to find his satellite dish. Did the world's slowest 360 no-scope. Had flashbacks once this door opened. Fought some super mutants. Hid behind a chalkboard and realized I looked like a gimp. Stole some drugs because it's cheaper than buying them. Got messed up by a turret that I couldn't see. Got to level 4 and put my points into small guns, sneak, lockpick, and gun nut. I was briefly concussed because a homeless man bitch slapped me. Stole his drugs. Killed a raider that was talking a big game. Got out of the subway and finally made it to the Museum of Technology. Reenacted the Kurt Cobain incident of 97. Finally found Three Dog's satellite dish and made my way back outside, where I would engage in trench warfare with some super mutants. Called these brothers worthless for not helping me and let myself into the Washington Monument. Decided to turn on some music to soothe my anger, installed the satellite dish and ended the session. By the end of it, I just installed the satellite dish and Gideon was on his way to Vault 112. We continue the journey on the outside of GNR. I go inside to tell Three Dog the news. He starts talking and I have to turn down the voice audio because his voice hurts my ears. I exit the room and level up because even the game knows it's a win to get away from him. I end up taking small guns, speech, and educated. I leave the GNR building and make my way to Rivet City. On the way there, I ran into some super mutants. After killing one, I crippled the other and called him a nerd. Karma knew I was bullying super mutants and laid a trap for me. Soon after I got crippled, I went to war with a slaver while Three Dog's hippie ass wouldn't shut up about trees. I fast traveled to Megaton on the advice of Gideon and magically lost the few bars of health I had remaining. I went momentarily blind while trying to buy Stimpaks to remedy my vegetable of a body. After selling multiple things, I was still only able to afford 8 stim packs. It seems drug prices carried over into the apocalypse. On the way to Rivet City, I tried to beat up a bloatfly, said fuck it because he didn't like his odds. I found a kid that was scared, told him it would be okay but only if he paid me. He didn't. Soon after leaving the Super Mutant snack behind, I found Grandma Sparkle, and in honor of Mitten Squad, I had to kill her. After taking out the trash that is Grandma Sparkle, I got to Rivet City. I then had to ask Gidgeon where the button was for the bridge. After I was given permission to cross their bridge, I was stopped by this waste of oxygen. Once I got in, I found a room full of guns and ammo, so naturally I stole everything. I slightly panicked when I turned around and the door was locked. Thankfully, I remembered that you can wait, so I got out without having to load a save. I talked to Dr. Lee about something, then made my way to the Jefferson Memorial. I used a mini-nuke somewhere a mini-nuke probably shouldn't be used. Tried to activate this thing multiple times without success, then finally found out how to listen to whatever tape I picked up. Had a front row seat to a Coliseum-type fight, was surprised when the Deathclaw lost, avenged the Deathclaw, and finally made it to Vault 112. Once inside, I talked to a robot that told me I wasn't dressed accordingly and decided to get into what I can only describe as a VR sensory deprivation chamber. I transport into my daymare and put points into small guns, sneak, repair, and unlock Bloody Mess. After about 20 minutes of trying to convince a lady that her husband was cheating on her, I looked up how to activate the failsafe. Once the commies killed everyone, I went and talked to the ladyboy thing to get out of this place. After leaving Vault 112, I headed back to Rivet City with Dad, where he would talk to Dr. Lee. Dad and Dr. Lee finished their nonverbal conversation, and Dad told me to go find a Gek. I left Rivet City and went to the Jefferson Memorial. I, of course, had to clear it out because no one else is capable of doing so. Once it was clear, I went to tell Dad, and we made our way inside together. We get to the control room, and Dad tells me to go do shit that I probably could have done while I was clearing it out. After clearing the water, I go back up to grab fuses from Dad, and I don't know if it's because he's incompetent or he's trying to call me fat. After doing some other shit that I didn't care about, the Enclave showed up. They were mean and killed one of the scientists. They also forced Dad to kill himself and the other Enclave people, which isn't a total loss. Dr. Lee does the typical intelligent person thing and says, "We gotta get out of here." We escape the memorial and make it to the Citadel where I tried to kill Dr. Lee. After talking to people that are professional time wasters, I head to Camp Lamplight. I made it to Camp Lamplight where I talked to this little shit. I failed the speech check because I was homeschooled and wanted my character to reflect that. He kept calling me a mungo, which felt like a slur, so I was saddened to hear that I couldn't kill him. After leaving Camp Lamplight, I go to save the racist child's friends, and I get the news that Gidgeon has finished the main storyline. So no, I could not beat Fallout 3 before my friend. Is anyone surprised? I know I'm not. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for watching.